And right here we have a very rare Transformer Chevy pick-em-up truck. He even tried picking himself up. Yep. It's just not natural. Oh man, they're looking for me. I don't see him, but I sure hear him. Oh, he's over there. There goes the Black Hawk. I swear I didn't do it. What's up everyone, how are you all doing today? I'm down at one of my favorite salvage yards, and we are on a mission, but I am going to drop hints for a very cool project come spring. I'm actually going to be working with 2 other YouTube channels and 3 of my buddies so that we can go ahead and take this 6.0 LS. I'll have it all prepped beforehand. We'll get a carburetor. I would like to do a carburetor build on it. Something very like a little bit easier to work on, because I want to do, I don't want to tease it any more than that. It is a car that was featured on this channel before. No, it's not the Cadillac. I promise you that. But it is a different car that was featured that needs a lot of work, but I want to do it in a very little time. And I already have a whole bunch of people on board for it. So a little tease for a future video. 6.0 carbureted LS. This is a 2003, so this means it's got 317 heads. We actually have heads we're already working on. If we can get some lower compression heads, I'll work on that. Because it'd be nice to do something like 243s instead of the 317s. 317s would be great for boost, but we're not boosting this engine. We want to go with a little bit higher compression. Also, it being a 3rd generation, we want to convert the internals to 4th gen, which I have 2 sets of those at the house. So yeah, we'll be pulling this engine out for a project in the spring. Nothing too crazy. We're going to make it look nice. We're going to make it carbureted, and we're going to stuff it in something, and I'm going to have a lot of fun. Now, we have to go all the way to the other side of the salvage yard for the reason why we're here. And of course, that reason is pretty self-explanatory. We found out that you know, we need a transmission for that V10, which we kind of already knew that was going to be the case, but now we definitely know. Anyways, yeah, that flywheel is huge. The bolt pattern is you really need either a Cummins or the V10 transmission. So we found a transmission. Well, this is why it's important to have your local salvage yards kind of like memorized, because it's always good to know what kind of options you have going into a project where you can get cheap parts. This yard is awesome because, for example, that LS engine I'm picking up for 350 bucks. We'll probably have $1,000 into it. Of course, I have a lot of the parts and pieces I need for a 6.0 LS, being the most important in my mind, the 4th gen internals. They're a little bit more stout. We'll put it that way. Of course, we'll have to get a intake manifold. We'll get I don't know what kind of Holly we'll put on it. I have a Holly, we could use that. Needs a rebuild, but it'd be my 3rd carburetor rebuild ever. And the second one was a thermoquad, so I feel confident. Anyways, so let me continue walking over to the other truck, and we'll kind of go over what we got there. But yeah, it's very important to know the inventory of your local salvage yards, just so you can do things a little bit, you know, on the cheaper side. All right. Downside of going around salvage yards is, unfortunately, see some pretty sad things. I know I keep saying I'm not a big truck guy, but I really love these body styles. And this is an actual 360 one, and I really like the 360. But as you can see, she has a little bit of issues, to say the least. But you know, this is also the salvage yard we got the 8 3/4 rear end out of, that E-body, and unfortunately that E-body was way past saving. Also, it's really cold out today. Not freezing cold out, obviously the water's not frozen, but it's a bit nippy. Anyways, we're going into the Dodge and Jeep Wrangler or Cherokee graveyard here. None of these have limited slip differentials. None of these. I figured at least one of them would, so I could pull the carrier out and put it in the 8 1/4 for the satellite. But no, nothing can ever be simple. All right, here we are. So this is the 2001 that was kind of just filed in the back of my mind, and I wanted to kind of see if the transmission was still here. As you can see, she got a bit of a wallop right dead center. And of course, this does have a clutch fan, and the area that the clutch fan lives, well, she's pushed back quite a bit. So I'm kind of wondering what kind of deal we can work out for the drivetrain. Now, this is a four-wheel drive vehicle, and we are not converting the 8.1 over to four-wheel drive, so we'll have to do a little bit of things. But this has the 47RE in it, and we'll have to work on getting rid of the transfer case because we don't need that, and a few other things. We'll see if the controller's even still a thing that we can have or whatever. But yeah, we'll see if we can't get both of them, because worst case scenario, we have a parts donor right here, and maybe we can build it up someday. Because yeah, Mopar makes some pretty awesome engines. And you also have to think, no, this is not a Lamborghini engine, but Lamborghini did have their hands in this a little bit. So you can say you want a Lamborghini with one of these. I have a V10 Lamborghini. I need like a tie and feel like I'm a rich person or something. Anyways, so this has an integral part for our swap. This is, as you can see, in pretty rough shape, but it's always good. Keep in mind what you have around you. Boy, baby. Whew. I'm going to call him up and see what he wants for it. See if we can't bundle something with that LS engine with it. I mean, I'm already getting the LS engine for 350 bucks, so I mean, it's worth what it is. But it's a cool thing around here. A lot of work trucks, a lot of Chevy guys. 6.0s are pretty cheap up here. All right, business here is done. I am really excited. We have to wait for a phone call, but we have that 6.0 LS up front, this V10, and the transmission, 750 bucks. Pulled in the back of my truck, gone. I mean, well, currently it's going to be the work truck, but hey, soon we'll have our own work truck. Also, we're going to go check out some old cars now, because work's done. Time for play. I know there's an old, I want to say a 73. Ooh, I see a set of taillights I like. Let's go take a look. I got to find a way through. Give me a minute. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Even though I really love Mopar and I really love Buick, this is actually one of my favorite styles of the wagon. Now, the Buick wagon version of this, I think, is a little bit cooler, a lot cooler, but this is pretty close up there. This is probably my second favorite wagon. And it all has to do with the way that the back window and panoramic, I don't know, the glass on the top and the chrome, it all accents. It's just perfect. I think it's a great looking car. And I know wagons aren't as popular as a lot of people, like souped up SUVs and stuff, but I don't know, there's just something about these wagons. Maybe it's the Christmas Vacations and all those National Lampoon movies with them, but yeah, these are really, really cool. Obviously they didn't use this in National Lampoon, but you know what I mean. Wagons. I love wagons. So I would open it up, but it looks like she's been knocked around a few times, and if I look at her too long, she might come apart. So let's go see what else we can find other than rust. Poor old Buicks. I love Buicks. Sad to see them there. Torque monsters, babies. Torque monsters. It's really sad when you get to a certain point at your salvage yards that you think you've seen everything. Oh, unfortunately, we have what was possibly just a quick glance, either a Camaro or a Firebird. That's no coming back for that, but you lose all the different things. Like, not like, I don't want to say it that way. You don't find anything new. You're finding the same stuff, but every so often you find something fresh and you get really excited. I think it'd be cool to convert one of these. Oh, it's a coupe. See, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this one's really, really rough, but I would love a coupe like this, and I'd love to convert it into a, put the engine in the front instead of the back. I think these look really cool, especially in like a gray, like a silverish gray. I think these are beautiful cars. It's actually, let's see if we could take a little bit closer look here. They were very scary to drive. Very subject to snap oversteer, and not that it's Chevy's Porsche. I mean, it definitely wouldn't compete with a Porsche, but yeah, no, these are cool. These are really cool. I'd be really interested to do one of these someday. Of course, I'd like to turn it into a front engine, but I'm sacrilege. Like, oh, there's a, see, you know what? I take it back. I thought I knew everything about in here, but there's another coupe. Two of them right next to each other. Now, this is cool because the Corsair, of course, has the engine in the back, which I actually don't know how we're supposed to open the lid on this thing, but they had all kinds of fun stories about them, but they are really classy looking cars. They have really cool lines. Now, these are obviously two different years, and I actually like this, the one on this body style, a little bit more. Just like the way although that one looks like it's pillarless, that one looks like it has a pillar, but has a better C pillar. I don't know, half dozen one hand, half in the other. Oh, what do we have over here? I see an old truck. We have an old truck? Yes, we do. What do we got? So, maybe I skipped over this section every time I walk through here. I don't know. Or I just wasn't looking. I don't know. I don't know. This actually, if they were willing to part with this, it's an International, which I love. I love Internationals. I guess I am kind of a little bit of a truck guy, a little bit. But I love the Internationals. Let's not step on a Mustang hubcap right here. Oh, that's sharp. She's a sharp one. Ooh. Someone should restore that. These are good hubcaps. Oh, you know, I have my cup resistant gloves on in my pocket. You'd think I'd be wearing it. But this would actually be a great candidate for a hot rod. The cab is, you know, you'll have to do a little bit of work on the bottom, I'm sure, because it's sitting. Floor is probably, you know, shot, but you have the whole dash is still in there. The steering is still in there. This would make a great candidate, guys. Not so much that one. She's gonna end up in the creek sometime. I actually don't know. But I know there's a few cars I've always wanted to look at down over there, but unfortunately they're just really screwed in there, so I haven't been able to. I know there's an old AMC. I want to say it's a Hornet back there, but just kind of not particularly easy to get to. I should probably put my gloves on. I don't know. Oh, I should go look for some hubcaps so I can put on the wall down at the yard, or my yard, the live stream area. So on that, guys, I know I've rambled a lot. It's just I love walking around these places. I know there's a thing of, I should see if there's anything left on this Buick over here, but I know there's a whole bunch of hubcaps all the way over there where, oh, there's some on the hood of that truck. So let's actually take a look at those right quick. So that I have no interest in. Okay, good to know. I'll go check the other area out. All right, guys, have yourselves a wonderful night, and remember, keep your shiny side up. God bless.